Welcome to MLS All-Star today, presented by Target. A beautiful day in Minnesota. Match day -1, the MLS All-Star game. Presented by Target right there, across the street from us at Allianz Field. We are hanging out at the soccer celebration right here at Cleats and Eats. Presented by Coca-Cola. I know Dave's got a Coke hidden back here somewhere, right, Dave? Yeah. You can bring that out.
Don't be ashamed.
Don't be shy. A little caffeine mid-afternoon. Pick yourself up. Andrew Wiebe, David Goss, Charlie Davies, getting you hyped, getting you ready for what has already been an absolutely awesome week of All-Star festivities. But it occurs to me, Dave, this is MLS All-Star today.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're MLS today.
Yeah. Feels
Did
like
I just
you stole
assume
my
that I was
show.
hosting this? Did I wrest the mic from you?
Did anyone put host Andrew Wiebe? No.
No.
We were on a call. We were all talking.
Yeah.
We showed up, and Andrew, we do a test run half hour ago. Andrew goes, well, welcome, everybody.
I grabbed the captain's armband.
Yeah,
He did.
And you know what? I respect the initiative.
Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
All right. It's been a big week so far. We're looking forward tonight to the MLS All-Star Skills Challenge presented by AT&T 5G, MLS, Liga MX. That's the theme of the week. For the second year in a row, it's going down 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern for those of you elsewhere. ESPN2, Unimas, TSN, TVA, if you want to watch. It's going to be an amazing spectacle. It always is. It's a great tradition going into its third or fourth year at this point. But before we get to that, the rules, the participant, who's doing what you think of all, and maybe Eddie Pope here in a little bit, the legend, DC United and USMNT. I got to ask you, we've already been here for 2 or 3 days, guys. Charlie, what has been the highlight? What's really captured your heart so far?
The highlight has been the concert yesterday. And it's not just Khalid and Milo, but it's more importantly getting everybody together. All the former players, the MLS employees, execs, everybody together enjoying each other's companies for the first time in years. So I was really moved by that. And then the second one would be my man Goss bringing me a Womni lunch.
Oh
Are you
God.
kidding me? Let's go.
I guess that was a little passive aggressive of you, Dave, because I rested the show and you only brought one lunch, even though you knew the two of us were hungry.
The non-hosts eat together.
Oh.
We don't know.
Got it.
We don't get.
Got it.
You're Michael Bradley.
I'll
You sit at a
fend for
table with the
myself. I'll
coaches.
fend for myself.
We're hanging out on.
By the
our
way,
own.
the drone show at the concert, incredible. But Khalid, just one of the best live performances I've ever seen. I love the moment when he was like, you know what? Take the tune, take the background track off. I'm doing this one solo.
Acapella.
Voice only. That was awesome. By the way, though, don't go somewhere with Charlie.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to get somewhere quickly, don't go with Charlie because he's networker extraordinaire. He's stopping the commissioner. He's stopping. We got Rodney. Rodney Wallace is there. Jeremy Hall is there. The MLS Next All Stars are there.
Javi
He's
Mo.
got to talk to every.
Javi Mo.
Nick Romano. He's got to talk to all of them, which is
Everyone.
fine.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to get a drink, go to the bathroom. Don't.
You got to
not
give
at all.
love to everybody. You gotta see everybody, give love, catch up.
Based off last night, how many cities did you buy expansion teams in?
At least 3.
At least
He
3.
definitely captured the hearts and minds of all the fans there, and it was packed. It was like festival level environment. He had the hey ho.
All right, but
going.
what was your favorite moment?
You know what? It's all the stars coming together. And look, some of us are just better at hobnobbing, about getting close to, I don't know, let's say El Tri, Mexican national team stars, photo bombing them unintentionally. See, this is good stuff.
Unreal.
This is good content right here. I don't know if you've seen this.
Oh,
Look at this guy.
look
One
at the
moment-
ultimate photo bomb.
One moment you're calling your wife looking for an update. The next moment you've got Carlos Vela and Ache palling around.
That right there is a gif of you didn't pay your bills.
No, I swear. No, I never got that. I didn't get that in the mail. Return what? What are you talking about? That is going to be a Photoshop opportunity for somebody. They don't want me in the back of that photo, no doubt
He's
about
talking
it.
to Tom Bogert.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
It's been
Thomas
cool,
Good.
though, seeing all these guys together. It really
He's
just
like
happens
Bella
once
and
a
Ache
year.
Ache. They team it up.
Yeah, no, we're like this. It's a trio. You two, you're like,
It's
you're
like
on the
us.
outside looking in.
Yeah, for sure.
How about you,
True.
Dave? What's the best thing you've done so far?
Well, one, the Owami shout. So shouts to Jess, Elliot, Susan, and Andrew who got me in there, hooked us up.
Wait, how did that happen though?
Bro, I know people who know people who know
Okay.
people
Okay.
who have met people.
The bar is open seating. You don't have to
Yeah.
reserve
No,
it.
I know
No,
people.
but this is exclusive.
Yeah, well, you walk in,
Exclusive.
and if they have
Yeah.
space.
Exclusive. I only go to the most exclusive places. And I'm saying that, our live show at Blackheart on Sunday night, by far the highlight. We've never done a live extra time before. We haven't been together to do a show in a while. And so to have 70, 75 fans stoked, excited to talk their teams. Everyone had a jersey on. Everyone had questions. Just be in that room, that energy was awesome. We're obviously going to do it now a million more times.
Yeah, this
hopefully in
feels
other
good.
markets.
Yeah, by the way, based on the bar tab, I gotta up it from 70 to 75. We went through the
Oh,
bar.
really?
The bar tab was gone.
I just made up a number.
Yeah, far quicker than I think 70 to 75
Okay,
people could
good to
consume.
know. Charlie's mic placement, we get there.
Charlie thought he was Khalid. He's
all
like,
thought-
the concert's
yeah.
tomorrow night, Charlie. Yeah, it's been a great week so far. If you want to listen to that live extra time, it is on our podcast feed. This one is not on YouTube. And if you want us to come to your city and do a live show, get at us. I was already talking to the Austin people the other night saying, hey, bonus pod in the building. Let us come down.
Really?
Always.
Yeah.
It'll never die.
He
What
was already
what
pitching
lives
Matthew
will never
McConaughey.
die.
He was already pitching Matthew McConaughey.
Did Jeff Ruder not teach you the level of trolling that is fun? You can't pitch the show by trolling. Can't do it.
That's how my relationship.
That's
with
why
Austin
Matt
is.
Doyle ends up on the
It's all
couch.
love between all of us. They're going to see Driussi tonight in the Skills Challenge, tomorrow in the AllStar game. They are second in the Western Conference table. I don't think my trolling is the biggest of their concerns at this point. But let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about the Skills Challenge, of course, going down right over here, right behind us. At our Extra Time show, Susanna Collins had a little tease, had a little secret that she
Had a
let
scoop.
slip. And that is that Goalie Wars are returning. Now, they are returning for the live audience only. We were out there watching the rehearsal, Charlie. It's going to be really cool. When they go to commercial, you're going to see all that go down. So if you don't have a ticket, you're in the Twin Cities, you don't have anything to do tonight, you think it'd be cool, $25. Get in, come down to the soccer celebration and Beats, Cleats, and Eats, presented by Coca-Cola. But this has become a really special part of All-Star Week that hasn't always been here. And I always think back on the first ever in Orlando and Nani and that moment and how the process, the challenges, the participation, the banter, Charlie, every year it just gets a little bit bigger.
I love it. And I know Goss will say, hey, don't judge people on the scores. This is All-Star. It's supposed to be relaxed.
Charlie will also tell you, with no proof whatsoever, no footage, that he's the best at all of these.
No, I would never say that.
Never.
But I will say, sign me up for the target challenge. Sign me up for the finishing. I'm in. I loved right here, we're seeing Nani doing it
The
big.
emotion. You could tell how
Doing
much
it
how
big.
excited he was with
Yeah,
his
it
own
was
his club
sick.
teammates.
It was sick.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was one of those things where when you look back, it like launched something, right? Because we didn't know what it would be. And now it's always going to be like, well, when Nani hit that, it happened. The energy, now we got to do this forever. And I thought last year leveled up, right? In the stadium, the big apparatuses, it changed a bit.
Oh, I didn't get the invite for that one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this is our first time together.
Wrong address.
When he keeps saying, first time in 2 years, I'm like, yeah. 2 years. It's been a long 2 years, Charlie.
Greg Berhalter asked us to not let you come to take the pressure off the American players
Oh,
so
that's
they
true.
could perform well at the skills challenge. Because you're just cutting guys off the roster based off skills challenge performance.
You want to drop in? Let's give people the rules. Remind them what we're going to see tonight. The first one you teased it, Charlie, is the skills challenge. If you've played FIFA before, if you've just messed around out on the soccer field and been like, I'm going to go top corner right now. Okay, I'm going to go bottom corner. I'm going to find my spot. You've done this before. You've got the goal. You've got targets, point totals from, let's just say the easier finishes to the most difficult. You've got 10s that you're going for, and then you have a moving target on the 20s, Charlie. What's the strategy here? How should these guys go about it?
Target the big numbers first. So you go for the corners. Upper 90 right, upper 90 left, and then you go down. If you're shooting for the low twos,
You're out
get
yourself.
out. Get out. Done. I don't want to see
Goalkeeper saves
anything
that.
for no, yes. I want to see you go high risk early, get those out of the way, and then go down.
We're not looking for XG here.
Charlie, you were a goal scorer, right?
Some would say that.
Did the ones in the low corners count, or you don't count those in your record?
Well, they do count in a game.
This is a good. Look, Emmanuel Reynoso, hometown hero here. He's going to be one of the shooters for MLS. Jesus Ferreira, who looks to be the number 9 for the U.S. going into the World Cup.
He's got the key.
As well as Ache, Hector Herrera are going to be the shooters for MLS. Which of those three do you think is going to be most on point, Dave?
I mean,
Oh, he loves Hector Herrera.
I'm
Ache.
I'm an Ache fan. I think, again, going back to it, the pressure that Charlie's putting on Jesus Ferreira, his chance to lock a World Cup starting spot falls immediately and only on this shooting challenge. That's a lot to overcome. So, yeah,
Long
I'll say
story
Ache.
short, yeah, right.
I knew it.
Yeah. I mean, they flew him in, man.
Who do you
got
think?
flown
I
in
think
there.
Reynoso. I think Reynoso, just the technical ability, being here
Homeboy.
in a comfortable position. But I want Jesus. If I'm going to go my heart right now, I want Jesus to make it just look casual and easy and turn around and stare down the Liga MX team. Like, next up, you got
Yes.
that?
Well, we've talked about this a lot this week, but Pepe's performance last year,
Launched it.
Skills Challenge and then game, was like the moment. Obviously, Jesus is different because he's already been around. He's national team, but it's his chance to be he's got to take it over from
Yeah,
Ricardo.
that all-star performance got him the $20 million move.
Every game counts. Every game
Well,
matters.
he did announce that he was with the U.S. that week. So, I mean, like, huge
You're
story.
welcome, USA
Huge
fan.
story. What will be the story this time around? We'll find out tonight and Wednesday night as well. The touch challenge, Dave, is interesting. And we'll have some footage of this later. But you and I basically got a run-through of all these challenges last year. Showed off our incredible athleticism, agility, perfect first touches. But they've made some good tweaks. And one of the tweaks is that there's an actual machine that fires over the skee ball board.
Instead of me
The player
punting
has
a
to take
soccer
it down and touch. Instead of me to you and chasing balls, etc.
And Matt Turner.
And then there's two players that also will knock in balls for that player to take down and touch. What is the proper strategy in your mind
Well,
for this one?
the key to success is the pass. So the crossing has to be good. And what's tough is
Gotta have service.
you gotta have service. No goal scorers in Ireland, right? Charlie's on.
Yeah, you're
Get
right.
outta here.
You're right.
And it's actually a tight distance, so you have to clip the ball. You have to chip it up. You can't just
Backspin?
strike through it. Yeah, otherwise you won't get enough height. The other key, though, if you're doing it, the one taking the touches, is you got to lock in on something. You can't be like, oh, whatever the ball gives me, I'll shoot. Like, you have to pick the spot you're going and then just keep trying to hit it so you can get into a flow. Because that's what happened to us. Let's be real. Me and Wiebe, we beat some of the players in our total scores.
I'm not going to believe that until I see it.
Well, you might see it, Charlie.
Okay.
Get ready. We got the guys taking down the touches for MLS. You've got Carles Heel and Hani Mukhtar.
Yeah.
Both those guys,
Whoa.
immaculate touches. Then
Clean.
providing the service here, Chicharito will be one of the service providers.
Interesting.
Yeah, Brandon Vasquez as well. You'd think they would be maybe on the other side or maybe in cross and volley. We'll let you know
Are
who's
you
on that
reading
one
this
in
incorrect?
just a second. And then Jesus is going to do some crossing as well as Driussi.
Yeah,
It just
I
tells
feel
you
like
the level of talent. You're
you got
like,
it backwards, no?
how many of these guys are going to, how many of these guys could you choose? You pick one name, it doesn't matter. They've all got the ability. We'll see who can get it done.
Do you think
Touch
that
challenge.
Adrian Heath is trying to send a message to Greg Vanny to use Chicharito as more of a creator in the LA Galaxy team? Do you think that's what's happening?
I think the message, he said earlier this week, he's like, who are we playing this weekend? I think I'm going to play those guys.
Nashville.
He's like, I think, Walker and Hani got 90 minutes in their legs if I know correct on that one.
Him and Gary.
So cross and volley, that one's my favorite because it's got a level of sort of like non-empirical scoring to it. The fans in the stadium are going to have an opportunity as well as home, and I believe they'll flash one of the things you scan with your phone to vote. There's style points.
It's called a QR code.
Yeah,
We're this
thank you.
far into what's. Oh, man.
Yeah, QR code. Yeah, look, some of
Yeah,
us are still
yeah.
living
Hey,
in like
it
2005.
happens to everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Just happens to Wiebe more.
Yeah, you could slip in with, just do it kindly next time. Like, I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's style points. So whichever finish you think is the best, you can go with that one. There's 3 different categories here. You go full volley, 15 points. You go off the chest, 1 touch, hit it, 10 points. Can't touch the ground. If you let it touch the ground and bounce once, half volley, that's 5 points. You got the opposing team's goalkeeper in the net, trying to stop you, trying to make you look silly. You could go with the bike. We've seen, didn't Chris Mueller go with the bike in year 1?
Yeah.
Charlie, do you go bike on this one, or do you think that's a waste of time? That's a low percentage opportunity. I might get the 25 points for the fan vote for the quote-unquote Puskas moment, but I'm also on the ground. I might not be ready for the next cross. I might be a little discombobulated. What's your strategy?
You go for the crazy acrobatic finish at the end. That's like the bonus ball,
yeah.
the 3-point competition. So get all your good finishes in, and then the last few you can try the Puskas.
I don't have a recollection. Did you ever attempt a bike kick in a game?
Yes,
Really?
Did you ever score on a bicycle kick?
I have.
No.
Yes.
Are we talking Hammerby days?
No, so I attempt the bike against Spain in the Confederations Cup. Just missed.
Gonna have to rewatch that.
And then
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
it was like in the first 15 minutes. And then, and I remember this because I'm like, man, maybe I could have chested it first and then tried the bike instead of trying direct bike. But I scored on a bike against Matt Reese, and I was playing against the Revolution. I was with Boston College.
Oh, so this was a non-televised
But this was
game.
yes, I know, unfortunately.
But we could ask Matt. We
Yes.
can get
You
confirmation.
think he remembers?
For
if he does,
sure.
he'll
I made
deny
sure they all remember throughout the rest of their life.
Shooters for MLS on the cross and volley. Chicharito going first. Brandon Vasquez, a late add into this team,
Love it.
going second. He's been one of the stories of the season. This is. I'm not going to say there's pressure on him, but
Charlie,
MLS wants to win.
Do you think the plane ticket to the World Cup is here at the stadium, and if Brandon Vasquez performs the way he could in the skills challenge, that Greg Berhalter will just hand it to him right now?
I think he's got it in his back pocket. No, but I think he's got that plane ticket to the September friendlies.
Yeah.
All right.
It can only go up.
Cross and volley should be fun. And then the passing challenge is our fourth of 5. That's going to be one player from each team trying to find the targets, man. And 3 players, Reynoso, Ache, and Carles Gil are going to take that one on.
So that one's one of the most fun because it's the only one where the two teams are going at the same time and they're like racing each other. So it's fun to that puts that pressure on in a different way.
Oh,
and
I'm
obviously
taking
Crossbar
that
does
all
as
day.
Well, it's passing.
Reynosa,
though,
heel
Charlie.
together?
Oh, I thought you were talking about yourself. Oh.
Money.
Reynoso and Heel. You know that there's a bromance going there.
Is there?
Yeah, so Reynoso, I think, didn't play this weekend in Colorado, and my friend who works with the Revs said Heel was like, "What's up with Reynoso?" last weekend, and he was like, "I don't know, man. Like, I don't work."
They're watching
Minnesota."
the chance creation
So
chart. Both those guys.
he asked him to find out if he was healthy, and then when they did like team photos yesterday and training, they were buddy the whole time.
Nice.
So I think there's a number 10 love in the air.
Go photobomb those guys. Just like get behind.
Yeah,
someone,
I
right?
should have.
No, it's like keep your enemies close.
And the last one's a crossbar challenge. You have a 40-yard crossbar challenge and an 18. You're choosing which line to be on, Charlie. Which one you want to be on? You trying to go deep? You trying to go Seth Curry?
No, give me 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentages should be on hits? You guys are doing it in training after a training session. This is like a commonplace thing. Guys trying to just mess around, hit the crossbars. What should be the proper percentage of hits?
From 10 shots,
Sure.
at least 50%.
From
Wow.
midfield or 18?
From the 18.
Yeah, okay, cool.
From midfield, 1 in 10.
Yeah, that feels right.
Get the bonus points from midfield. Yeah, should be fun. The crossbar challenge presented by Gillette Labs. All 5 of these are going to be really fun. Liga MX, of course, bringing their absolute best too. Going to be a competition tonight. Saw our friends Max Bredos and Susanna Collins getting ready for it. It's going to be an absolute party. And of course, you can stop by here and hang out at Beats, Cleats, and Eats presented by Coca-Cola at the soccer celebration just right outside Allianz Field.
So skills challenge, a lot of things happening. How many times or for what things does Max go, yes?
I don't know, man. I feel like
What's
we
the
gotta-
over-under?
I don't know. 'Cause he normally does it for goals.
What, they're gonna be
5?
a lot. I'm gonna say.
Are we gonna
I
hear
was
5
I was gonna
tonight?
over
Wow,
and
he
under
might-
3.5.
He's got
Three
to
and a
call
half.
2 games tomorrow, too.
Can't
lose
overuse
that
it.
voice.
Can't
Yeah.
overuse it. He's got to sprinkle it in the proper moment.
Max the
So,
goat.
Skills Challenge presented by AT&T 5G. If you're here, awesome. It's going to be a great experience at Allianz Field. 7:30 p.m. Central Time right here in Minnesota. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to watch that on the East Coast, your West Coast, your Mountain Time, whatever it is, we got you covered. ESPN2, Unimas, TSN, and TVA are the spots for that one. Is our guy Eddie Pope here?
I saw Eddie. Eddie's in the back.
Is he wandering about? Let's
He's in the
get
shade.
Eddie up here.
He's ready to roll.
Tell us about All Stars past.
You guys hung
as-
out with Eddie today already, right?
Yeah, we did.
You're getting double duty. That's legendary.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
that was part of Eddie's contract. Eddie said, "I will only do this if I do 2 interviews in one day with Charlie and Wiebe." That was an absolute requirement. Former All Star himself. What's up, Eddie? How's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Good to see you guys again.
Yeah. If you were in a skills challenge in the past, back in your day, which of these skills challenges would you want to go with? Would you passing, cross and volley, a first touch, crossbar? What do you want?
Is there one where you can wipe out strikers?
We might need to invent that. We get a slip and slide out here. You know,
Yeah, that's right. There
Take
you
some
go.
of the danger out of it. I could see that.
I'd probably say I'd like to, dream that I could do the crossing finishing.
Yeah, why
although I
not?
can't, but that's got to be the most
I
fun.
guess a
love
header
that.
technically would be a volley. That's first touch if
Yeah.
you do a header.
But you got to score
Absolutely.
past the goalkeeper from a
I mean,
distance.
he's got from a distance. I guess if they're whipping it in,
Like
you
top of
challenge
the
him on
18,
six.
roughly.
Yeah.
You could do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What
I think that's my favorite.
Give me your first All-Star memory. What was your first All-Star game? What you thought when you got the call? Is it what? Like, dang, this is ancient history.
Yeah. Well, I think it was in New York, the one that was in New York. And I think, again, for me, it was a little overwhelming because it was, guys that I'd watched playing growing up, a little bit older than I was. So it was fun to kind of all have them on the same team with me. So
What's the relationship with former teammates or national team guys when then you get together for All-Star? Is it like cliques and groups, or does everyone get to know each other?
I think a little bit of both. A little bit of both. It's always fun. You make fun of guys who did certain things during the season. Maybe some teams are losing more than others. It's an opportunity to kind of take a shot at guys. But it's usually a lot of fun. Yeah. You get to see their families, which you maybe haven't met before. That's always great. The kids play together. I've always found that to be a lot of fun.
When you look at this current All-Star format, are you a fan of it? Do you
Charlie's here
like Liga
for
MX? Do you like the All-Stars playing Chelsea and the top clubs, Barcelona in the world, or would you like to see East-West come back?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
I did.
Thank you.
I did
These
like
haters
the,
over here.
The East-West format. I mean, that was a lot of fun.
Don't you think they should bring it back?
Did you play when wasn't there one year where it was MLS domestic versus international?
Yes.
What do you think of that, or do you prefer East-West?
They were both fun. Unfortunately, we had to give it to the international squad. So, but yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. I think fans really like the international, the domestic one. But East-West is kind of fun. I know it's more traditional. It's similar to the other sports in some ways, but I think this is great as well. I think for the Mexican American fan maybe, or even an American fan that's a fan of Liga MX, they get to see those stars and everybody's in one building. So.
Listen, Charlie, I get it. It's obviously a big league too. That's the part I think that I feel you on with that is from when you played to now 29 teams. There's a lot of people who deserve to be All-Stars that you just can't fit in there, so I get that part. But this is also fun too.
But no one said this isn't fun, but I'm saying East-West, you could have two juggernaut teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I do agree in some aspects because as the league continues to grow and expand, and they're just going to be, every year you're going to have more and more all-star type players, like you're saying, players that can, obviously play overseas. Maybe they've been overseas and were stars there, and now they're back here. Premier League players that are now here now. I mean, we have everybody, right? So this league, we're attracting really big names at times, and so yeah, I just think it just provides more opportunity for domestic players. So.
Let me ask you this. This is for Wiebe, and I think I know what your answer will be. But with the summer transfer window and big name players coming into MLS right at All-Star, do you think it's okay for people, let's just say like a Gareth Bale, who had never played in MLS yet, to be named All-Star?
Hold on, that man has 2 goals in this league.
What?
He has 2 goals. He's
No,
not
but at
never
the time that the roster came
okay,
out,
fair.
do you think it's fair to, like, when Clint Dempsey came back, or, if Pulisic came, do you think that would be fair, or does it have to be based off the performance in MLS that season?
Obviously there are some picks, and where there's commissioner's picks or what have you. Obviously that's how guys can get in. I think it's whatever the fans want to see. Maybe you throw that out there to the fans to vote on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
like that little late transfer window. You choose them between Insigne, Bernadeschi, Gareth Bale. Maybe Chicho gets in there based on his
Floating
Cucho Hernandez based on his recent form.
Yeah.
You have sort of like a wild card to throw it in there. I like that.
Okay.
I like
or they
that.
just got to
Bring
stick
the
around and
stars
be an
out.
All-Star next year.
What was your favorite moment in All-Star? Do you have like one signature moment that you say, man, that was my favorite time being an All-Star?
To me, I think it was the domestic international game. That was a lot of fun. And it was, it's kind of like playing on your national team. But then it was also, again, another opportunity to make fun of the guys that we beat. They were very confident going into that, I think, and we're a little
What was the final
surprised.
score?
Oh gosh, I don't remember what that was. Probably a lot of goals, not a lot of defending.
Seemed like that
I
was
was
the other
gonna
thing about
say-
East West back in the day. It seemed like they were goal fest. There was nothing tight about it. It was sort of like, hey, let's entertain. Let's not worry too much about, hey, keeping the lines tight and stay organized. It was for the fans. It was for the players. It had a little banter to it. And that's what you want from an all-star game.
I loved Jorge Campos when he was playing striker in one of those All-Star games, and he scored. And I was like, what? This guy can play like that?
Yeah.
Had a ton of goals in Mexico as well.
Yeah.
What player on this team, Eddie, are you looking forward to seeing, or that you like watching week to week, or you just particularly admire?
I do like Taxi.
Nice.
Kamal Miller, good player. Dane, I like him as well. I mean, it's a great group of young and up and coming players. Some of them in their first MLS All-Star games, and then you've got like Darlington, who's been around the block and now is in I think this is his second or third MLS All-Star game. So it's like a wide array of players. So yeah.
Kamal's with the Walker Zimmermans, the defenders. I talked to Walker a little yesterday, and he seems less excited about All-Star games because he's a defender. What were you?
Yeah.
Did you show up to All-Star Week and say, hey guys, like this year you have to defend a little, or did you just acknowledge it wasn't going to happen?
You just acknowledge it, it's not going to happen.
Do you try different things? Like you try flares, step overs?
I didn't. But, always had, again, the dream, maybe I can get forward and get an all-star goal. It never happened, but I figured everybody's scoring. Maybe I can get a shot.
No short corners, guys. Like
Yeah.
let the big boys get up here. all right?
Yeah, give us a shot.
Who you guys looking forward to? Charlie, Dave?
Carlos Gil and Emmanuel Reynoso. Those are my two players. I think they're just so gifted technically. They can slow the game down. They can make the game, basically, they can dictate the tempo around how they want to play. And so I think those two in particular, if they could play together tomorrow night, woo, fire.
Yeah, and those are ones, he'll obviously play in CCL, but it's fun when they're guys who haven't played against Mexican clubs or aren't from CONCACAF to see them for the first time. From like an emotional point of view, it's Sean John, his first ever. He deserves it. He's fighting for the national team spot. Talking to him this week, it's really special. All three goalkeepers are black, and Sean John talked about changing the perception of goalkeepers and what it means. And Dane St. Clair, the young guy coming through now, and obviously Andre Blake's one of the best that's ever done it. So I obviously am not going to watch for goalkeepers, but I wanted to give Sean John a
But the
shout.
goalkeepers in cross and volley, that's their moment
Yeah,
as well.
sure.
Like, we didn't really get into that part of the skills challenge. You've got these guys trying to pull off their best, trying to get that that fan vote, and just trying to put the ball in the back of the net. Those guys are going to be on the other side just trying to play Mutombo. Like, no, wag the finger, get it out. Took it out of the top corner. That's going to be really fun to watch, just to see them put their incredible athleticism and shot-stopping ability on display. I'm looking at, and look, I had the photobomb. We joked about that. You see the crossovers between two sides here, and you see guys that have kind of been in both soccer cultures. And that's Chicharito, that's now Ache Ache, that's Carlos Vela. And when you see them walk around and interact with their Liga MX opponents, they know those guys. They know them from the national team. They know them from club teams. They're dapping it up. I want to see how that translates to the field, how competitive they take it, how seriously they take it. If they don't, that's okay. I want them to score goals, have their moments, but I also want that banter on the field. I want to see the relationships between star players in this hemisphere kind of come together and be, put on the front stage and show that the connections, not just between the players, but between the leagues, between everybody, the fans in particular. I think we have so much to learn from each other, that we are growing closer, that we appreciate each other, and that we can come together for a week like this and say, look, all bygones aside, all CONCACAF Champions League, bad blood aside, do we want to win? Hell yeah, we want to win. But do we want to come together more and create something special together? Leagues Cup next year, Leagues Cup Showcase? Yes, let's grow together. And I think that's really what this week is about for me.
Eddie, I'm curious for you. You go to national team games, you go to events like this. What's your relationship with Mexico fans, whether it's national team or clubs? How do they react when they see someone who did it at a high level, but for the U.S. men's national team?
I don't really have any touch points, really. I don't think with the Mexican fans, at least.
Don't got the Landon Donovan moments, right? Didn't wind him up a little bit from time to time.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of experience with that. I mean, I would assume that they would be okay, but I haven't really had that experience, really.
Should we have put an asterisk on Seattle Sounders CCL win? Because, of course, the Champions Cup belongs to Eddie Pope's DC United.
Of course it does. Yes, we should.
They were the
Yes, we
first.
should. Yeah.
What do you remember about? Was it São Paulo in the other final that you played in?
In American Cup?
Yeah,
Vasco da Gama.
Vasco da Gama.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that game and that week?
I mean, how good of a team they were. I think 2 weeks before they had played and like barely lost to Real Madrid. I mean, that was kind of in the back of our minds. But I think more than anything else, the fact that we were able to compete with them, and now to be fair, both games were in the U.S., right? But just how good they were, and then again that we had players that were having a lot of success on the field against a really good team. And obviously, we ended up beating them in the end. And then I say the last thing is probably I think they were a little surprised as well. I think they probably thought they'd come in and just 8-0, 10 and go home.
We
Nice
spoke
little
to Michele Giannone yesterday. He said the Liga MX All-Stars are coming to win. They're not going home
Oh yeah,
without winning today or tomorrow night. Who do you think wins tomorrow?
the U.S.
For sure?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You got a scoreline, Dave?
What?
Scoreline tomorrow. I'm pushing you on predictions.
Can I be hopeful? I'm gonna say 4-3 MLS.
See, that's my hope.
Yeah.
Goals, entertainment value. Hopefully,
4-3.
hopefully an
Why stop
iconic
there?
moment.
5-4. Let's go 5-4.
You're greedy, Charlie.
That only happens
Yeah.
midweek.
You got
in Red
lunch
Bull
and
Arena.
now you're happy.
That only happens.
Yeah, that's
midweek at
true.
Red Bull
Based
Arena.
off Saturday,
Yeah.
4-3 or 5-4 is the most likely score.
Give us some goals. MLS has given us a ton of those lately. The Skills Challenge tonight, right here at Allianz Field, goes down 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. ESPN2 Unimas TV TVS in Canada, and then on Wednesday, the main event, MLS All-Star Game, presented by Target. That one you can watch on ESPN, Unimas, TSN, and TVA. Big thanks to Eddie for joining us here on stage.
Thank
To you,
you, Eddie.
Charlie. To you, Dave. I'm Andrew Wiebe. Enjoy the night. If you're here at Beats, Cleats, and Eats, presented by Coca-Cola and the Soccer Celebration. And if you're waiting for the broadcast, you've got just a couple hours to go. We'll see you then. Adios.